as he looked at me, and I realized that I was looking at a demon. Okay guys, so this is gonna be the story time on how God got me to stop smoking. Sorry if y'all hear like music and background noises and a whole little chaotic, hectic little video. I have siblings, stuff gets loud. So we're gonna start this off. So this was like a year ago. It was like close to this time. Today's January 16, 2025. Mind you, this happened, I want to say last year. Yes, this happened last year. Yeah, because this happened last year because I just stopped smoking because I was recently just smoking. But this happened last year. Around like October 14th. You know how God, he really uses other people to like teach you lessons and then teach you like, yeah, like to teach you lessons and stuff. So, and like the devil just be trying to give you distractions. I would say 2024 was a very hectic and it was really a tough year for me. Like this had to be one of my toughest years. Like, and I ain't never smoked before that. Like I used to smoke a little bit like 2023, close by to like the end, but I really didn't do too much. I only did it like occasionally, and that's also go for like drinking and stuff. I never really got into like smoking and drinking until I got access to it, and I recently just had got access to it. But I would only smoke and stuff when I was around like people who smoke. But we're gonna come into the story. Okay, we get into the story. I just had to give you a little rundown of like everything that's going on and everything that's been going on. Okay, y'all, I was so rudely interrupted by my little siblings. So, we're gonna call this boy Josh. So, I met Josh off of BLK, and I was on BLK for like a long time, and really wasn't looking for anything serious. I was just bored, and yeah. So, because this was the time when I was into hood niggas. I'm not into hood niggas no more. Like, that's not my thing. That's not my cup of tea no more. It was definitely a phase that I don't want to go back into. But, yeah, he was giving me them hood niggas vibes and stuff like that. So, I'm like, yeah, let's give him a try. And he looked at it a little. Like, I like medium ugly niggas, but I also like fine niggas. But he was medium ugly. Like, he was alright. So, I was like, yeah, let me talk to him, see what he about, da-da-da-da. And yeah, so one day, I know we met in October, probably like the end of October, probably like October 27th, but I know it was at the end, and I knew him ever since October, around that area. I know it was close to like, I think I knew him before that, but that's when I think I see him close. So Josh used to always come to me. Mind you, he stayed in Tampa. Josh will always come to me every weekend because he used to work throughout the week. So he'll come every weekend to come see me, chop it up, and we will smoke. And I remember like one time, like when I first started smoking, it was all cool. Like I was just feeling like the high and stuff. But ever since I kept like gradually like smoking, I started to get paranoid. And this story time is like, I'm gonna tell you like what happened. Like it was so crazy, bro. Every weekend he'll come, like specifically Saturday. He'll come Saturday on his off day, late at night, and he will smoke. But he's the type, he will like smoke like every single day, probably like 5 times a day. Like Jit is an OD smoker. Like he smokes and he drinks. Like, well, when we first met, we had went to the beach. Like that's the first place he took me. So like when we first met, and like after we exchanged numbers from the BLK app to the number app, we had plans to go to the beach. It was gonna just go to the beach, smoke, and then drink while it was nighttime. And you know, I was like, you know the vibes, cause like, yeah. And it was like so cute, like literally a vibe with the little ocean and the waves and just like the scenery. It was like, it was good at the time. It was a good little vibe at the time. I want to say like probably a couple months after that, I had linked with him again. Like this nigga, like as I kept seeing him over and over again, I started developing feelings for him. But it's just like when he was like high and stuff, like in that little high zone, like something about him just like been giving me like the ick, child. Like there was nothing wrong with him. I don't know, just something about like his tone of voice and like his word choice really gave me the ick, especially when he was high. It was like, nigga, you need to get aware. You need to start thinking, because you starting to piss me off. Like literally. Until one day he said some dumb stuff like, we just be like getting high and then we be having like deep conversations. Like that's such a vibe. But like as I got to know him, like going through these like deep conversations, that job was giving me the ick. He had said something that really just like, yeah, I could never like you. Like me, I always been the type to like always want to get married, have kids, you know, and stuff like that. So we was talking about that, and he was talking about some like when he get rich and he got like a lot of money. I know if he ever sees this video, he's no gonna talk. Oh my god. I really hope he never stumbles upon my video, because if he hears this exact phrase, he's gonna know I'm talking about him. Like I hope he never finds my stuff. Like, Josh, if you're watching this, don't be watching my stuff, bro. Don't even look for me. Don't check for me, none of that. Like, but we still cool to this day, but we just don't have each other on social media. I only have his number, and that's the only way we keep in touch. Like, we don't even, the BLK app is deleted, so like I've been deleting my account, so there's no chance for him to ever get in contact with me that way. But Josh, I'm sorry, but this is how I've been feeling every single time, and it just gives me the ick. I'm sorry. But let's talk about something like marriage and stuff. And Jay gonna talk about some, if I have a wife, I'm still gonna cheat on her, da 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 da. But she should be okay because I'm giving her money and stuff like that, and she could get whatever she want. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. I don't care if you had a lot of money or not. Like, if you're not freaking staying loyal to me, even when we're married, like, that's not for me. You're not for me. And I was just telling him, like, I do not agree with that. And for some reason, he expected me to think that I was going to freaking agree with him about that. Because, no, I'm not. I'm not like no other female that's going to just because he got money, just deal with the stuff. Like, no, I actually want to be in love. I actually want to enjoy my relationship, my marriage with the person I want to be with. And not feel like I'm in a trap or a freaking jail cell because I can't freaking, I just literally can't live by that life. Like, that doesn't sound like my happily ever after to me. Like, I don't want that, and I never wanted that. And Jit, like, he y'all, Jit really thought that I was gonna agree to him about that just because he gonna have some money. Money is the root to all evil. I could care less about money. Like, and once I was taught that, I never looked at money the same. Like, yes, I love money. Everybody likes money, but like, it comes to a point where you don't have to idolize it. You don't have to do everything just to get money. Like, kill people. Like, that's just so irrelevant. Like, I would never. That's why I really don't care for money. Like, yes, I love money. I like to have money, but I just think about that because I can't literally, no. I'm sorry, I can't. I literally can't. But we used to hang out like every weekend. Like, he'll come see me once a week, every weekend on his off day. I think yeah, I'm not even gonna assume because I don't really remember, but we've been linking every weekend for the past couple months. I want to say like for like either 3 to 4 months, just straight seeing each other every weekend. But I know when it hit like January, that's when he started like we started not seeing each other for real. I remember one time when Josh had came to see me, he texted my phone and was like, "Hey, let's link." I'm like, okay. And then this day, he came by my house. We like parked in our little spot by my house. Yeah, but like me and this nigga was cool. I ended up catching feelings for him. Like, ever since he said that one thing about like the marriage and stuff, that literally turned me on instantly. I mean, not turned me on, but it turned me off instantly. I'm like, that's like, there's certain things I can't ignore the red flags to, and that was one. Cause that's like, that just gave me the ick. I ain't want nothing to do with a nigga. I ain't gonna cap to you. I ain't want nothing to do with him. So he came over to my house and we was in our little spot. Girl, we had our little spot in the cut. Like, it was just a vibe. Like, we have like, it was like this dark little alley, but you could see like the highway, and it's just like a dark little alley. It's like a back road, and then it's like the road leading up to the highway, and then the highway, and then behind us was like cattle, and like, girl, it was vibe. And like just being there at nighttime and like seeing the cars go by, it kind of gives like city vibes, but really not. It's really not, because it's just like a highway. But it was like a vibe when we were just like smoking and stuff. We was hotboxing. Jet used to play NBA YoungBoy. He used to play the same songs on repeat. That used to always blow me. I ain't even gonna cap. So why do you always have these same songs on repeat? Like, it got to a point where I actually knew the lyrics to the song. That's how you know you overplayed it. Like, cut it out. Okay, thank you. Because, yeah, it's starting to annoy me now. Like, if I had heard that song outside of his car, I would have been like, please turn that off. Because, no. I think it was like, I think it's called like, I don't know what it's called, but I know like the main lyrics. It's like, I know you heard of me. Let me see if I can find it real. It's like, I know you. It's like, yeah, I know you heard of me. Jet is an NBA YoungBoy fan to the max. Like, when I get in his car, I literally, well, when I used to get in his car, I used to hate listening to YoungBoy. Like, I'm not even a YoungBoy person. Like, I like Party Next Door. Like, I like R&B. I like Party Next Door related people. And Mariah the Scientist. I'm a Mariah the Scientist girl. Party Next Door kind of girl, you know? That's my dog. Cause YJ used to always play this song. Like, this song used to get on my nerves so bad. I don't even know if this is a song though. Hold on, this don't sound like the song. I don't think that was the song. I'm not really sure, but if y'all know, comment down in the comments. But I think I found it though. Let's see. I think that's it. Girl, she used to play that song all the time, and it got to a point where that shit gonna be on replay. I was like, nigga, you really got some nerve to put it on replay? No. It's like his playlist when he comes hit me up. Like, I already know what's the rundown. What's the rundown of the playlist? Like no, play my music or something, cause I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it. So, boom. So like when I smoke, now that I like got in the like habit of smoking, I know how I am. I know how I get, especially when it gets to the paranormal. So I know like I gotta be taking it slow. Don't be puffing too much. Don't be inhaling too much. Take it slow. Take a little breaths at a time. I don't know if this nigga came with like strong stuff every single time, like stronger than the last stuff, nigga. But like, I don't know how I always used to feel like so paranoid. I'm like, how am I like getting paranoid and I'm like going about my limits? So I'm like, is you like getting something stronger or what? Cause I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Yeah, but when I tell y'all, when this experience happened, child, I literally been paralyzed. Well, not paralyzed, but like traumatized, nigga. Like, girl, I've been traumatized. But I have smoked a little bit after that fact, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, 2 puffs and I'm done. Like, I don't even want it. Like, the paranormal is scary. Like, I don't know how people can just smoke all the time. Just like, what do y'all be thinking? Like, what be going on in y'all minds? If you smoke all the time, tell me what do y'all be going on in y'all minds. I know some people say like they just be chilling and it just calm their vibes, but like, yeah, that was the same for me when I first started. But it got to a point where I started really seeing stuff, and I know God really be like, I mean, I don't mean to call it God shit. I don't mean I mean like God literally saved me from that mess. I probably would have went mad. Like, when I tell you that experience traumatized me. And I also had another traumatizing story. That's when I ate an edible, but I might do another separate video about that one. But cause that one is a good story too. that one is a good story, and I got like video receipts and everything. Like, child, that's a good story time. So I might do that next time. So we was in the car and just start rolling up. He put the little thing in and rolling up. Lit it rolling up. We get the hitting the blunt. Jill will take a couple puffs and he'll pass it to me. This is before I started like taking it slow. Cause at that point I didn't have any like many like traumatizing things. Like, that was the first time something actually traumatic happened to me. So like the other times I would like, it wasn't nothing major, like nothing really paranormal about it. But I remember one time probably like the link before that, we was in our little spot and we just kept going. So it was just going past for past. When I used to be with this nigga, I used to like literally smoke. Like, I'm talking about big inhales, 1, 2, 3, 4 pads back, 1, 2, 3, 4 pads back, like making sure like I get that junk in my system, that I feel that junk. But yeah, that's how we used to smoke before. Well, first I had started off slow, but as we gradually started to like continue like smoking together, me and this nigga, we used to do it. I remember it wasn't nothing like fast though. Like, we only did it like, I want to say like 3 times, and then I cut that joke off. Especially when he gave me that no. But yeah, that's why I really just like started liking him and stuff and caught feeling for him. But ever since he said that just gave me the ick. I'm like, no, sir. I had to say that part because it correlates with also why I stopped smoking. It was meant for me to be seen, and now that I think about it, it's like it's like I know it was God, because I needed that traumatic experience in order for me to stop smoking, because it wouldn't have made me the person that I am today. I no longer smoke. I don't get drunk. I try not to drink, but drinking is not bad as long as you don't get drunk. So I would not try to get drunk, because I have bad experience with being drunk too. Like, I'm traumatized for that too. I got another story for that one too, but this is not what this video about. So on another story time, y'all can get that one. But if y'all want that story time, y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want that story time. When we linked before this link, the previous link that I'm gonna talk about that really traumatized me, I think the only crazy thing I was seeing was like a big, I think it was like a big behind tree. So like I looked out the window. Mind you, his tints are so dark. Like he got like, I think he got like 5% tints. Jit tints is so dark. So I'm looking out the window while we're hotboxing, and he asked me something about like the road or something or anything about that. I'm like, are you talking about like something behind that tree, right? So he looking at the tree. Well, he's looking in that direction, and he's like, what tree? I'm like, nigga, you don't see the tree right there? That big behind tree right there? You talking about that tree? And then he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, nigga, I know you see that tree right there. Like, I'm not stuck with it. Like, I know you see that tree right there. But it turns out Jit was talking about like the stop sign. Well, he said it was a stop sign, but when I seen it, when he put the window down, I seen it and it was a stop sign. I'm like, bro, the stop sign in the tree behind it, like the tree was like acres away, and it looked like it was just like right here in our face, like right here outside the window. Like when I was looking at it, it looked right here, like close, right there by the stop sign. The stop sign like probably like 10 yards away from us. And he let down the window. Girl, it's the freaking stop sign. I'm like, I really thought it was this big behind tree. So that's like the only thing that really paranoid that I really seen. I think the smoke sessions that we did before was like, I was just like calm and just like high and just like chill, like, and when we used to have our deep conversations, they used to be good, but it got to a point where I just started seeing stuff, and I think that's really what I seen first, but it's not my traumatic like experience that made me like just want to stop smoking. We in a car, y'all. We in a freaking car. Okay, so we was at our spot, and he had the music up and was listening to music, and we were just having our deep conversations like we usually do. And I don't know, all of a sudden when we started like, you know, going back and forth with the blunt and stuff like that, I felt my body heat up. Like I was getting so hot, and like, I don't know, I was just like getting this like euphoric like aroma, euphoric like aura around me. It's just like, you know how euphoria is, that's how literally how I was feeling. Like, and like the music was like so loud, like I could literally feel my whole body like raging with these sound waves, and it's like affecting my body's sound waves and my frequency, and it was like I was just elevating to another frequency, like. And that's what really scares me. Like when I say rolling into a different frequency, like this shock is so real. Like when you get high, you literally go into a different frequency. You literally enter a different realm. It might look like the same realm that you're in, but when you're high, you literally go into another realm. Like you enter a little bit of the spiritual world. I literally think I went there. Well, I was there, but I noticed that I was there, and I'm not trying to cry, y'all. I'm really not trying to cry. Y'all, I'm really not trying to cry. Y'all. So we sitting there, right? And I'm just like laying back like this. And Jit trying to talk to me. I'm like, I ain't trying to talk to me, Josh. Shut the freak up. I'm like, ugh. So we just chilling there, sitting down, right? And then like I'm just chilling, and I'm like literally in a different zone. Like I'm zoning out. I'm so overwhelmed with a power that's overcome me. Like I just felt so overwhelmed with aura. Like I don't know how to explain it. If y'all smoke, y'all know how that feeling is. And I don't know if y'all had traumatic like experiences like that before, but y'all know how it feel. Like when y'all be high, y'all feel like the vibrations, all that. Y'all know how it feel. So Jit talking to me, and as soon as I see him, y'all, like I'm literally like gradually, slowly turning and looking at him, And it's just like I was zoning out. And as I was zoning out, Jit talking to me, like I'm like communicating with him, but I'm really not. Like I'm talking to him, but I'm not talking to him. And as I was looking at him, I seen this shadow like spirit or raving from him. And I'm just looking at it astonished, like, what is this one seeing? Like, and as he's speaking, the shadow is speaking. It's like a person figuration. And it was like, I ain't even gonna lie, it was like he was chill though, like the spirit though. But I knew it was like evil. Cause I was getting like an evil aroma. Like I was getting like scared cause I know it was giving like a sense of evil. And I can tell that it was like evil. But how I would describe the figure like shadow being is like he had on a like little hat and it was like to the back. And his colors was look like purple and blue. So it was like a purplish bluish figure. Like what's that one movie with is it Soul? Y'all know how the beans in Soul look like, the movie Soul? It's kind of what he was giving, but he was like bigger, like manly figure. Like yeah, as he looked at me and I realized that I was looking at a demon. When I realized I was looking at a demon, it was like my life crashed into my, like my heart crashed into my butt. I was shocked. Like it got to a point where I was just quiet and I was scared. So as he was talking to me, while I'm seeing this shadow figure, I see, like as he was talking to me, it's like the shadow person was saying another thing, but I really wasn't listening to what Josh was saying. The shadow person was over like I was connecting with the shadow person. Like you know, like when you see a demon like in the movies and stuff, you know how it don't be the person talking, it just be the demon talking. That's how I was getting, and I feel like it was like trying to urge me to go in the back seat and do it with him. And just the thought about that shook me up. Cause it's like if I go back there and do it with him, I'm literally finna be having sex with the freaking demon. Bro, that jump scared the freak out of me, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. That jump, y'all, I'm not even playing. That jump scared the freak out of me. Like, I don't know if y'all ever seen like this meme on like, or this like video on TikTok, or y'all remember the thing on TikTok where like it was like this girl laying down and she got like the cameras in there, but they can see like the nighttime, so it's like nighttime vision. And all of a sudden a ghost picks her up and starts like banging her stuff. That's literally what I imagined in that moment. Like if I could find a video, I'm gonna put it in there, but I don't know if I'm gonna get like removed or anything for it. So I might throw in a little snippet if I can find it, but that's all I was thinking about. And I'm like, I could never, like, I would never in my life do that. Knowledgeable about that, I'm not doing that. And you know, like, we may not see the demons, but demons be here all the time. Just either they're like touching us or like by us. Like there might be a demon in this room right now. I pray to God it's not, but it really scared the mess out of me, and it made me not even want to. That was the time where I like literally stopped doing it with him. Like, and to this day, Josh do not know that I had that traumatic experience about that with him. I don't even know how he would react if I told him about that. But to this day, I never told him that, and I just been keeping it to myself. So when I see him after that fact, that's all I could think about. Like, and that's what I told him, that I'm done smoking. I don't want to smoke no more. I'm done doing that. I'm done having sex, period. And I told him I'm just gonna focus on me and God right now because I know I ain't got no business doing it, and I didn't want to feel like that again. Like, that really shut me up. But I'm so glad that it do. I don't even care about doing that anymore. Like, I really felt like I was at a point where I was like depressed or whatever, or probably just trying to try something new. I really don't even know where my head at, but where my head was at, but I know I was probably depressed. Majority, like, I would say I was depressed. Like, I would literally be in the room with my blinds covered all the time, and I had like covers covering up the window so light won't come in, because I just like the dark and I just like being alone by myself. But I really feel like I was depressed, and I just needed an escape. It started to come to a point where I started to like smoking, and that's when I started doing it often. But ever since that day, I've never been the same, and I can never forget that day. But as I was seeing this figure, and it kept like trying to urge me to get in the back seat so it could have sex with me, I got scared. So I'm just looking shocked. And I closed my eyes. I'm just praying to God. I'm like, God, please tell this nigga to take me home. And I just kept saying it over and over again in my head. I'm like, please let me take me home. 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 And I just kept saying that over and over again. But I feel like I was giving that vibe that I was probably shook up. I don't even know what his thoughts were going through his mind when I was like that. Because me, I can't really hold my facial expressions for nothing. So most likely, if I was to see something, he probably would have seen because my face, because I literally can't think of like my facial expressions or what kind of facial expressions I made. And I know my facial expressions will tell you before I tell you how my face will tell you before my mouth tells you. And luckily, a few minutes later, he took me home, and I was just so happy. But I had to wait to get in the house, because yeah, I did kind of sneak out a little bit, but my parents are like really strict, but I do what I want anyways. So, well, I used to do what I want anyways, so I used to go and smoke my little friend. And before I went in the house, I just sat there in between the cars on the floor. I have a video. I might post it and put it in here. I sat on the ground by my car and in between cars, and I was just sitting there thinking, just trying to cool down my mentality, my heart rate, you know, trying to like let the weed get out my system a little bit before I go back in the house. Because if I go back in the house and I get a rude awakening, I'm gonna lose my crap. Oh, that would have been so bad. And they probably would have smelled on me too, which is even worse. So I just tried to find the perfect moment to go back in the house and not get caught. Yeah, so I could hurry up and get back in the house so I could lay down, because I was just going through it. I think that night I was even scared to go to sleep at that point, but I think I ended up going to sleep. Because you know how that junk gets you like worried and stuff. Like, I was worked up. Like, at that moment I was so worked up. I know I went home. It took me a good little nap, a good little sleep. It was like very traumatic to me. And it's so crazy. I never really told nobody about that story though. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all are the first people to know about this story. Not even him. I just locked it up, threw it in a locker, and it's been in the locker ever since. But I just felt like I needed to say it, get it out my chest, because that junk really changed me. I'm not even gonna lie, it changed me. I mean, it was giving like a movie type stuff. Like, it was giving like some stuff you'll see in the movies. I want to thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for another story time video or a vlog. But if y'all want another story time, let me know. I got plenty of story times, but I'm not gonna tell y'all all my business, but I'll tell y'all some stuff. But make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.